What up, Hope Biscuits? It's your girl Skitten, back at it again. First and foremost,
oh my god! Oh my god!
Are you?
Oh my god! What happened to my hair? What the hell is going on? Well, look at that! Isn't that something? Did you see that?
Did I see what?
My hair.
Yes, my love. I see your hair, and you look fantastic.
That's so. I mean, I guess you just didn't notice because I hadn't seen myself on camera in so long.
Got it. Got it.
Wow.
I'm here with my husband. Man. His hair is done, and he is very pleased with himself and how handsome he looks.
You know, it doesn't even hurt. Like, I heard that when you get it braided, it like hurts. It doesn't even hurt.
Yeah, that's still very weird to me that it didn't hurt.
Isn't that so surprising and impressive?
Yes.
And look how shiny and healthy it is.
Oh my god.
Just a shock how shiny.
I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you guys are staying safe and sanitized. And hopefully, you know, you look half as fabulous as my husband does.
Couldn't take it. So what are we here for?
Husband, we are here for some juicy gossip. We are here for an Am I the Asshole that is so shocking, so surprising, your pants will come right off.
I could do that for free. That's what we were supposed to do here. We didn't have to read Reddit. Give me a theme. What area are we in?
Friendship betrayal.
Damn, that sounds like, all right, that's good. How many different parties are involved?
Three.
That's always juicy.
Okay. All right. So I'm excited. I hope you guys are excited. I have to read this off of my phone because it got deleted. It will still be scrolling in the background. I just have to find a way to find the freaking post. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Am I the asshole for telling my friend that I have a crush on her boyfriend?
So it's two girls. And one girl's got a crush on the other girl's boyfriend.
Yes.
Oh, she even phrased it like an asshole. Like it should say, am I the asshole for having a crush on my, best friend's boyfriend? She said, telling. I'm going to do what I'm going to do is what it sounds like. So I'm judging. Next.
So before we even hear about it, you're saying asshole?
Yeah, how do you phrase it like that and you're not a villain? Oh, I feel like this is going to be phrased juicy. Go for it. You
ready? So my good friend and I are usually very close. We are both in our late 20s now, but we've known each other since high school. Okay. And all those years, our friendship has never been that rocky until recently. My friend and her boyfriend met about 6 months ago. I'm currently in grad school and have chosen to remain single. Before they met, my friend and I would hang out at her place when I was done with classes because she lives close by. But about 4 months ago, the dynamic started to shift to a trio when her boyfriend started to consistently hang out with us. My friend had shown me pictures of him, and I always thought he was attractive, but the crush started developing when I met him in person.
Wow. That sounds like some ugly girl shit, don't it? Don't that sound like some ugly girl shit? You start to have a crush on your friend's boyfriend and just let that shit fester? You didn't agree or disagree? Come on, you gotta give me some hints here. I'm digging now.
I do feel like it's a little bit like she showed you pictures of her boyfriend and your first thought wasn't like, oh, good for her. Your first thought was like, ooh, he fine.
Right, I like him, greedy bitch. That's my candy bar looking ass.
I won't go into too much detail, but my friend's boyfriend, who I would consider to be a friend now, is honestly so fun to be around, and I always look forward to hanging out with him after class. Aside from looks, here is where I was like, okay, girl, you needed to pull back a long time ago. You ready? Okay. Aside from looks, and he's probably the most beautiful man I've ever seen in person.
All right. Okay. That's a bit much.
The minute you start looking at your friend's man as the most beautiful man you have ever seen in person.
Come on.
Aside from looks, he's really knowledgeable and is a great conversationalist. He's a good storyteller and has a good sense of humor.
So she head over heels. She said 10, 10, 10, 10.
He's super kind and always checks in with me.
There's more.
And seems to know the right words to say to make me feel appreciated. It sounds tropey, but I honestly can't detect anything wrong with him.
Wow.
So first of all, and there's more. First of all, I feel like all those, oh, well, he's such a good conversationalist and this and this. I feel like all of that is just a cover up for the fact that she wants to have sex with this man.
Yeah, I think it's just like, it sounds like when you tell people, oh, she's so funny and blah, blah, blah. Like, you don't give a fuck about none of that shit.
Like, she's just trying to justify her crush in her own head so that she doesn't feel bad for wanting her friend's man.
And the reason why is a trope when you say there's nothing wrong with somebody, like you like every single thing about them, is how you should know you're honeymooning and you should know there's a reality check incoming.
Exactly.
There needs to be at least one thing that you would improve if given the chance in a perfect world.
And I also just think it's interesting where she's like, I can't detect anything wrong with him, because I'm like, okay, yeah, you are spending like a lot of time with him because you're always hanging out with your friend maybe, and so you guys are always all hanging out together. But like, you go home at night, so you have no clue what he's like after hours, right?
You're like assuming a lot. She's under the bed, watching him shower. Like, she's like, I'm not going home. We are having a great night together. And it's like, who is we? Oh, don't worry about it. You don't know him like I know him.
Oh, no. All right, I honestly can't detect anything wrong with him, which is even more infuriating for me because I actually don't want to have this crush or think about him in a romantic way.
Oh, so that when they hang out, you say, oh, I shouldn't be hanging out with you for a while.
I'm just like, okay, if you don't want to have a crush on him in a romantic way, just don't.
Copium.
It's really not that hard. Sometimes you have to like separate yourself, or sometimes you just have to go looking for flaws. But like, it's not that hard to stop having a crush on somebody. As someone who, prior to my husband, used to have a new crush like every other week. If you're paying attention, it's not that hard. Last week, he went to visit family, so he hasn't been around. Last Friday, my friend wanted to know what I thought about him because they were thinking of moving in together. You in danger, girl. I basically gave her a rundown similar to the last paragraph.
Whoa!
And this prompted her to say it sounded like I had a crush on him. She said it in a joking way, so I sort of laughed it off. But then I just sort of blurted out that I honestly think I do have a crush on him. So you had an out. You had an out.
You could have been like...
And you didn't take it. What is wrong with you?
You should have just laughed and then not stopped laughing and been like, don't ever say that shit again.
Right.
He's for you. You know what I mean? And then just been like, I think he's great, but obviously not like that.
Like.
Blah, blah, blah.
What?
You know what I mean? And then move on with everyone's life.
It got super awkward when I said that, and I immediately felt like I screwed up. Good instincts. Too bad they didn't frickin' save you.
She has no survival instincts whatsoever.
I tried to downplay it by saying that it was probably just hormones and me being single, and basically tried to play it off as a joke.
Those are terrible reasons.
But my hormones, I'm just PMSing right now.
So I want to screw your boyfriend because I'm PMSing.
Fast forward to Monday when her boyfriend came home and my friend sent me this text. It said verbatim, "Hey, my name. Going forward, I think I need to set some boundaries because I don't want his name to become an issue with us. I think from now on, we should just hang out on the weekends, just the two of us, if that's okay. It would make me feel better. Call me and we can talk about it more. Love you lots." First of all, your friend is a saint.
Yeah.
Her
friend's probably seething on the other end of the phone, and the boyfriend's like, let me read it. Going through it. That's not how I would put it. She's like, oh, it's not how you would put it, huh? How would you put it? Hey. I'm the good guy here. Remember.
I feel like the timing of it is really interesting because like it was when the boyfriend came home, so she definitely talked to the boyfriend first. It was like, hey, so my friend said she has a crush on you. I'm really not comfortable.
She's definitely going like, what have you been doing? Have you been talking to her when I'm not around?
And her man was like, I don't need to hang out with her. Like,
she looks like a fruit cup. Just like the most random object. You know what I mean? Like, she is just a thing that's around when we hang out. You're my girlfriend. Don't worry about it.
So, and I think her friend handled this with so much grace because, speaking from experience, I would not have been nearly as nice.
What do you mean, speaking from experience?
Because I had to email that one girl who was trying to be all up in your Kool-Aid back at the beginning of our relationship.
Man, I am not drawing a situation from this, and I am now in shock. Just know, you were the one for me. You won.
It was years ago. It's a story for another video.
Oh, I remember. Yeah, but see, that's different because that was my friend originally from high school. And you were the new girl in that situation, technically.
I'm just saying this girl handled it a lot more calmly than like I would have.
This situation would be different if the girl, like, who had a crush on her boyfriend, let's just call her girl A. If girl A was friends with the guy before girl B came into the situation,
right,
that would be different.
That would be different. It would completely change the dynamic.
That's what I'm saying. She talks about, yeah, I think I do have a crush on him. Like, I've known him for all this time.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? All that. Like, that would be completely different than this.
Like, I introduced you to my man, and now you have a crush on my man?
Oh, you brought me dinner. Thank you. I forgot. I don't mind if I do.
My usual routine on Mondays was to go hang out with her after my lecture, so I felt kind of blindsided by how?
I felt blindsided.
How did you feel blind? How did you not know?
Read.
How did you not know this was coming? I have not reached out to her since her text. I'm a bit angry with her. Mm-hmm. Because I feel like she's implying that she can't trust me around him. And now she's depriving me of a genuine friendship that had grown between me and him. Mm-hmm. But I also want to know if this is something that is entirely my fault. So kind people of Reddit, am I the asshole here?
Well, I mean, you know how we feel about it. So.
Just in case it's not clear, the answer is unequivocally yes.
I really like...
And it's not because... Sorry. It's not because you told your friend... Would you like to go?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I think you come out pretty strong with this.
Go ahead.
I think I like the ones more when they write it with a bad title and then they end up not being the asshole.
I do like those ones, yes.
Yeah, she kind of led us down like a trail here, and I was waiting for the fork, and then there just wasn't one.
Yeah, no, she just leaned into it.
So I just feel like maybe that level of awareness now of the situation, you know, for her, given that it's completely lacking, maybe she's an asshole and doesn't know it. That's just, you see where I'm going with this? That's my stance.
I mean, yeah, that's why she's on the Am I the Asshole subreddit.
But I think that's a fair shake of it to be like, you were doing this kind of on accident, you kind of fell into it, and you don't really know where to go.
See, I feel like... So here's the thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's not necessarily that you are the asshole for telling your friend that you have a crush on her boyfriend.
Yeah.
Right? Like, stupid, yes, that's very dumb. Setting yourself up for failure, to be honest. But one, you're the asshole for allowing your feelings to develop this far. And then you're the asshole for being like, and I'm mad at her because now I can't be friends with him.
But they can't be friends.
First of all, you were already not friends with him because you want him. That stops it from being a true friendship. You are now just like a groupie.
I feel like she can very legitimately be his friend and handle the fact that she would hook up with him because she can't. And that's just the reality of her situation.
But I feel like the way that her mindset about it is what makes her a groupie. He's so dreamy. And it's not like she was out here like, yeah, man, like I would definitely smash if I had the opportunity. She was just like, if only I had the opportunity. Like, girl, please.
She strikes me as...
You are salivating. You are drooling. Wipe it up.
She strikes me as the type of friend that would do stuff like make excuses to hug him for a long time and like
come over and be like, oh, I made you guys food, but it's his favorite food.
Right. Yeah. That's what it strikes me as.
It's giving desperation, girl.
Yeah.
But in her defense, and I know you didn't expect this coming from me.
I'm salivating. What does she get to defend herself? Because you gave yourself an M4. You know, with the Nighthawk sight and the suppressor, the 60-round mag. What does she get for her defense?
In her defense, she said that she's in grad school and that her whole like routine and stuff is that she goes and hangs out with her other friend like after school. So she's been hanging out with them daily.
Right.
This girl clearly don't have no other friends.
Yeah.
She said she has chosen to remain single. So she does not have a social life. So I am not necessarily convinced that these feelings would not have developed for anybody else that she chose to spend 90% of her free time with. Okay. I feel like it's one of those things where she's really lonely. She doesn't have a lot of other friends.
Right.
And, you know, she's straight. So, like, obviously, I feel like because I feel like if she was, like, lesbian or bi, those feelings could have been transferred to her friend who was in a relationship. Mm-hmm. I think she's just really longing from some sort of human companionship. You know, I think... I'm trying to phrase this and like...
Am I good to interject now?
Yes.
Because, you know, I was thinking you were going to give her maybe like a riot shield or maybe just the UAV, just the kill streak to defend herself. But you gave her like a combat knife. You know? That's like a very solid defense. It's just that you're set up on a very long hallway. She's got a long way to run before this is going to fucking touch home. Because the simple fact is, that is not her scenario. The scenario is, it's her best friend and her only other friend that she sees all the time.
Yeah.
That's what she's putting at risk with these feelings. And that's why I feel like she is just an asshole. She just doesn't really, like you said, is not mature enough to really realize how much of an asshole she's being.
Right.
Like, there are 2 other people's feelings involved in this that she hasn't considered one time through that entire thing. Not a single iota of the guy's feelings is even partially represented, who is supposedly her friend. It's not a friend if you can't tell me how they might feel. That is just a simple fact. It's just an acquaintance unless you can tell me their feelings.
Exactly. And I also think that she's not really considering what a favor her friend is doing for her by being like, we're going to take space. You specifically are going to take space from my man, but also we are going to take space, because that really gives you time to wrangle your emotions and get yourself under control.
I mean,
like her friend is like, hey, I'm going to fucking hose you off. And when you're dry, come back.
You know, I feel like, you know, her friend might just have really good habits when it comes to fighting. Like, the way it was sent was very much like, these are the steps I take to fix the problem, and that's all I'm talking about.
And her friend even reinforced, like, hey, I love you, call me to talk about it. Her friend wasn't like, hey, this is how it's gonna be, and if you don't adhere to these rules, then we're not fucking friends anymore. Like, her friend was really amiable about it, actually, I feel like.
I mean, set a strong boundary. Wait to see what happens. A lot of people don't understand how strong boundaries work. A lot of people cannot tell the difference between a strong boundary and punishment.
Yeah.
And her friend probably is in that area where it feels like a punishment, which is exactly how she took it, when it is just a boundary that she's able to set. And that is really the lesson, which is the most fun part about these Am I the Assholes.
Yeah.
There's always a lesson in these about people's situations. And the lesson for me, rather than the feelings part, that's way too easy for anybody to get. Everybody's got that. But when you set boundaries with your friends, just know they're not going to feel great about them.
Right.
But if they felt great about it, you probably didn't need to set the boundary and it would be all pointless. So, you know, it is what it is. Thanks for bringing me on this journey.
It was a good one, right?
I'm ready to leave.
I was so excited when I found it because I was like, finally, I have one that's worthy of my husband's attention.
I have 2 stories.
Okay.
But I'll only tell one. I'll tell the other one another time.
I'm ready.
There was a time, once upon a time, where one of my friends was dating a girl, and it was a nice lady. She was a very friendly lady. And her and my friend would get into arguments every so often. It's high school. It happened.
Right.
And they would text only after the argument. So there'd be a long period of texting, not talking. I would occasionally pass messages because I had a class with said girl, right?
Yeah.
And after like a month or so, they broke up. Said girl hits me up. We go out on a date. Things don't work out.
That's messed up.
And then we kind of move on.
Yeah.
But then it turns out the reason she liked me so much, I could never figure it out.
Right.
And then I discovered, thanks phone, that friend, when they would argue, would text her extra messages from my phone.
What?
More texts got sent.
Hold on.
Developing their relationship while they argued. But sent from my phone. Like the, hey, how'd you sleep in the morning? Or, hey, did you do good on that test that you had coming up? You know, like other checkup things that the boyfriend would be worried about.
Why would he send them from your phone?
Because they weren't talking. Because they were fighting. So I had like a whole nother like layer of like, oh, he's so great.
How did he
so
even
nice.
get your phone?
Oh, my phone used to just sit everywhere. Yeah, everybody uses my phone for everything. And I had a phone plan where you could just send texts and not have to pay.
So he shot himself in the foot. Your friends were idiots.
Yeah, I know.
That reminds me of my story.
Go for it.
I had a friend, and she met a man online.
Okay.
In hindsight, it was a grown man.
Yeah, it's a grown man.
In hindsight,
yeah.
it was. He said he was 16. He was not 16. Okay, and we were 12 to 13.
Okay, yeah.
Around in that age group. Okay. Keep in mind, I was homeschooled, so I did not have a lot of friends. So this girl was my best friend. She was dating this man that she met online,
right?
But she was also dating a man in real life. Well, not a man, a guy in real life. Okay, dating both of these men. So then, her real life boyfriend had a birthday party, and during his birthday party, she went online to talk to the grown man.
What?
So then she was like, "Hey, keep." I'll use a fake name. Keep Jack distracted.
Yeah, in real life, Jack.
Yes.
On his birthday.
Keep Jack distracted.
And you went along with this? That's worse than me just giving my phone away for a couple hours.
So I can talk to...
That's worse.
Derek, okay? I'm using fake names. So then, me and Jack were talking, having a great time. We watched a movie together.
That's worse.
Then he put his arm around me while we were watching the movie.
This is worse! This is way worse!
And then she walked in on Jack with his arm around me while we were watching the movie.
You hussy. And you didn't do the peel the arm off me?
Well, then she just came and sat down. She was like, "Hey, how's it going?" And I was like, "Good."
Yeah.
I did not understand that I was in trouble. I did not understand
you were literally like,
the danger that I was in.
You were like, you literally told me to do this. Like, this was your idea.
So eventually her and Jack broke up. And then Jack asked her if he could date me. And then she didn't talk to me for 2 weeks and I didn't know why.
You're just an idiot. You were 13 or 14 or whatever. It's fine. But you were a dumb one.
Yeah.
Good job.
I was not smart.
So we have grown a lot. But thanks for taking me this. I'm uncomfortable, so I'm going to go.
Okay, you can go.
Okay.
Thank you guys so much for joining us. I hope you guys enjoyed this format of video because it's so much fun for me to do. And it's a little bit different than like the reactions that we've been doing. Yeah, so I'm really happy to branch out. Don't forget to leave your reaction requests and recommendations down in the comments below. And other than that, peace out, Ho Biscuits. It's Skittin' Lit.
It's good.
I would have a crush on you if my friend was dating you and then she brought me around you and then I would be like, oh my God, he's the most beautiful man that I've ever seen.
I would cheat on her with you. No problem. Yeah. I would do that for you.